What's up, you guys? In this digest, Volkswagen thinks that Tesla is more dangerous than Google, and Elon Musk is turning to protesters in Germany. Tesla. This week, Tesla is sharing its fourth quarter financial results. We look forward to it and wonder what'll happen to Tesla shares. On the other hand, Tesla shared their Autopilot safety report for the fourth quarter. The company registered one accident per 4.9 million kilometers with Autopilot turned on, one accident per 3.3 million kilometers without Autopilot but with active safety features, and one accident per 2.6 million kilometers without Autopilot and safety features. It is worth noting that these stats are much worse than from the previous quarter. When Autopilot was on, one accident occurred in 6.9 million kilometers, but it is most likely because of the harsh winter conditions. Tesla has often been called a California company and criticized for the fact that their cars are not suitable for colder regions. Now, Model Y was spotted in Minnesota. Tesla started winter tests as promised. Do you remember the last time we told you that Tesla allegedly contacted a Canada resident and said that he would receive his Model Y next month? It seems that the company has been trying to adapt to markets where buyers may soon lose EV credits. Starting April 1st, this will happen in Quebec, the only province in Canada that currently offers generous exemptions for electric car buyers in the amount of $8,000, but it will be reduced to $3,000. It's possible that Tesla wants to start deliveries in Quebec before this happens. Tesla released their first software update this year, but so far only to Chinese users. Basically, they'll get the features that customers in other markets already have, but also several games and an app for improving air in the car, which will be available exclusively in China. Meanwhile, the hacker called Green was able to unveil several features that Tesla will receive in the future, thanks to root access to the car software. New hardware includes a new charging port, a new suspension, premium young fan seats for the Chinese Model 3, two new types of batteries for Model S and X cars, as well as wireless charging for phones for S and X. Apparently, Tesla will start selling it as an accessory. Last year, the company introduced wireless charging for Model 3 for $125. Many people were willing to pay extra for Tesla-branded accessories, although a similar charger can be bought on Amazon for $30. Surely, this new charger for older models will also cost quite a bit more. Tesla Semi was brought to California, and now the Semi along with the pickup truck are hanging out at the Tesla Design Studio. But Cybertruck also showed up in other places. Apparently, there's Jayla No Garage episode coming our way because Elon and Jay were spotted in Hawthorne driving a pickup truck. The other day, news broke that due to the lack of batteries, Mercedes-Benz will have to cut the EQC plant production volume by half. Now, Mercedes denies everything and says it will produce 50,000 cars per year as planned. It seems like the reason was LG Chem not supplying enough batteries, but now the head of production council at Daimler says that they're experiencing problems due to the fact that Tesla bought Grumman Engineering, the company that specializes in manufacturing automation and was supposed to help Mercedes set up battery production. It turned out that by purchasing the company and shutting down its joint projects with other automakers, Tesla screwed its competitors big time. But Volkswagen and its CEO Herbert Diess are not ready to give up. In an interview with Bloomberg, Diess said that his company is ready to catch up with Tesla, keep up with it, and even surpass it at some point. When asked about how Tesla managed to pass Volkswagen by in terms of market cap despite doubts in profitability, Diess replied that market valuation has to do with the future, and Tesla's product represents the future of automotive industry. Diess says that Tesla needs to be taken more seriously than Google when it comes to who will get the last laugh, tech companies or legacy car companies. From now on, all Tesla Gigafactories will be named after their location. For example, Gigafactory 1 will become Gigafactory Nevada, and so on. So recently, there have been protests near Gigafactory Berlin. We've covered that. Local residents disagree with the deforestation plan, but now they're also not happy with the planned water usage. The documents indicate that Tesla expects to use 372 cubic meters of water per hour. People began fearing water contamination, but decided to stop their protests after Tesla supporters rallied twice in support of the company. Local authorities support the project and say that young, talented people used to leave the region in search of prestigious jobs, but Now they will be able to work for a high-tech company without leaving home. Elon also decided to talk to protesters and said that they do not actually expect to use that much water. This will only happen in rare cases, and I guess they just wanted to be on the safe side. And according to him, the forest they need to cut down is not real. It was once planted for cardboard. I can understand people that protest, but I would be more worried about the real unexploded bombs from the Second World War. 25 of them, to be exact. Tesla found them in a forest, and now it'll have to get rid of them. And finally, the last time we told that Tesla announced the opening of a design center in China. Now, Elon says that they will open another center in Europe for talented people who are not ready to move to China or the United States. Tesla Energy. Tesla reduced the cost of its solar products due to the incentives being reduced from 30 to 26%. The cost of the largest 15 kW solar system is falling from $39,000 to $37,500. Other panels have become cheaper as well. The company also gives new buyers a $250 discount on solar panels if they use a friend's referral code. The friend also gets $250. SpaceX. Another test for breaking the small Starship tank passed. It tried to hold it together, but, The next step is testing a large tank. Starlink launch keeps being postponed due to bad weather. At the time of writing, the rocket is still on Earth, as well as 60 satellites that will be launched to an altitude of 290 kilometers. After the launch, SpaceX will analyze the data before the Starlinks rise to the required altitude of 550 kilometers. SpaceX won a new contract for launching an Egyptian satellite. It weighs about 4 tons and will replace an old one taken off with the Falcon 9 in 2022. And finally, the Dragon that came back home from a flight abort test. That's it for today, guys. As always, I'll see you guys next week.